All right, we're back for league number 6 of Duskmourn draft. Let's go. All right, once again, first pick Victor, which I've talked about before, doesn't look particularly good. So what else do we have here? Fear of Exposure, 3 mana 5/4. As initial cost, tap 2 untapped creatures and or lands you control. So you can convoke 2 of the mana, basically. That sounds okay. Inquisitive Glimmer. What else is in here? Nothing really amazing. And all the other cards better than this, hypothetically, are all multicolor. So like the Bat, the Glimmer. So I guess we just take this guy. Fear of Burning Alive. ETB, deal 4 to each opponent. And then Delirium, also deal that amount of damage to target creature the player controls. There's also another Fear of Exposure. So I do think that this card is probably better than this one, but we already have a Fear of Exposure. And if we can build our deck around deploying cheap creatures into Fear of Exposure, that's better if we have more copies of it, obviously. And the rest of the pack is nothing much other than there's Emerge from the Cocoon, I guess is okay. Nah, not really. Yeah, let's just take the other Fear of Exposure. All right, Bottomless Pool and Locker Room. There's also Let's Play a Game and Murder. I would normally think that the removal spell, the unconditional 3 mana instant speed removal spell, is the best card, but there's just something in my gut saying that it's not. Well, let's just take it. That's fine. If this is wrong, whatever. All right, Beastie Beatdown. What else we have? Balemerk Leech, Anthropede. ETB, you can discard or pay 2, destroy a room. Orphans of the Wheat. Whenever it attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures. It gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each tapped creature. Well, I guess Balemerk Leech. I don't really see much of a reason to pick anything else. Anthropede's okay. All right, take the Leech. Cursed Recording. Interesting. Well, we're almost certainly not taking that. It's either going to be, this guy or Insidious Fungus. I like Insidious Fungus. Cheap creature that helps us power out the Fear of Exposure and can act as a removal spell. And we can also just cycle it if we need to. Yeah, let's go with that. How good is the Cursed Recording anyway? So it basically says you need to pay no more than 6 instants and sorceries, basically, is essentially what that says, which in limited is fine. Marine Avengel's Grimoire, probably don't want that. I really doubt we're going to get the Say Its Name package, but on the other hand, there's just not that much good stuff in here. So there's Commune with Evil, and then there's this one. I feel like the whole Altanok package, you probably have to get Altanok and then move into trying to get the Say Its Names, because I don't think it's necessarily that good even without it. But I'm not even sure that Commune with Evil is even better than this thing. This one's cheaper. It basically does the same thing. Like, not exactly. I'll just take Say Its Name. All right, so now we have Anthropede. There's also target creature gains Death Touch and Indestructible, which is okay. Here's the white removal spell. At this point, we're probably too far in to start taking that. Although, we don't necessarily have to stay in black, but I will almost certainly play this. So I don't want to take a card that's off color and thus abandon these 2 cards this early. So yeah, let's just take Anthropede, I guess. Kona. Well, I'm going to take that over either of these guys, the Flesh Burrower and Cultist. Is it, like, am I wrong? This just seems actually pretty solid, right? Like, the stats are obviously not great, but it's, like, acceptable. 4 mana for 4 power, and then if you can tap it down, it just lets you start getting ahead on the board. Okay, well, at this point, the only card in the pack is this combat trick that isn't even that good. So I would rather take this and possibly go into white. Also, the fact that the white removal spell was this late into the pack tells me white it might be open. So I would rather take this higher upside card if we wind up being in white rather than this card. There's also Found Footage, which is also not that great either. So I'll just put this in the board. All right, none of this is good either. So I'll just take this combat trick, I guess. Okay, none of this is good either. Everyone seems to be really high on this card, or like at least from what I've read, but I don't even think it's that good, this blue card in the sideboard. Another Anthropede, sure. Yeah, Cult Healer, and our basic. All right, so we might wind up switching. Another Kona. Well, that does change things, doesn't it? Oh man, there's also Murder in the pack as well. But 2 of these means I can start aggressively taking like a really expensive stuff. Oh, there's also Roaring Furnace Steaming Sauna. Unfortunately, it's in 2 colors that we're not even in yet. But yeah, we're gonna be the Kona deck. Let's do it. So yeah, what are we passing up here? We're passing up Roaring Furnace Steaming Sauna. We're passing up Murder. Those are really like the 2 big ones. Also, if we shift to white, this thing is relevant for tapping our guys down. All right, take the Kona. Leyline of the Void. Oh, Unstoppable Slasher. Okay, Unstoppable Slasher is crazy good. Like, it's unbelievably good. So That pretty much locks us into black at this point. So wait, these are the two rares in the pack and neither of them were taken. So the person passing to us must just not be in black because otherwise there would be no reason to pass this. Next best card in the pack after that is Glassworks, which we're not in the colors for. Also Glimmer Seeker's pretty good. All right, Slasher it is. What do we got? Leyline of Transformation, which I believe doesn't matter. Fear of Burning Alive. What's this one do? Chromatic Lantern and 2 regrowths. We could just take the duel. We have a duel in our colors. Like, I don't really want anything else. Probably the best card in the pack's Fear of Burning Alive, but it's not in our colors. Bear Trap could be another reasonable pick. This guy's also decent enough. You know, I've been severely unimpressed with these dual lands. I'm gonna take the Bear Trap. Unidentified Hover Ship, and it's this late too. All right, what else? What do we have here? Enters Manifest Dread, then attach this to the creature. It's +2/+1. So basically it's a 4 mana 4/3 that when it dies, you can spend a bunch of mana to equip it to other things, which is okay. Manifest Dread, whenever face down permanent control, enters, search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap shuffle. So 4 mana, get a 2/2, and go get a basic. None of that's that good. There's nothing else for us in this pack. Like, neither of these cards are great, and this card is just so much better than everything else here. I'm just going to take the Hover Ship and then still leave us possibly open to playing white, although I really don't want to switch out of black because of Slasher. All right, we've got a Cadaver Lab and Bashful Beastie. So let me think. I've got 3 white cards that I'd be happy to play. I also have 3 black cards that I'd be happy to play. Unidentified Hover Ship goes much better with Kona. So there's the possibility that I wind up in white and like try to splash the single black for the Slasher. There's also the possibility that I can just cheat stuff in with Kona. This is all just so much better than the green card though. Then there's Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, I just ran out of time. I might have just taken Sheltered by Ghost if I had more time to think. All right, Mill Yourself. So it's a bunch more green cards that are all just like, all right. I think we might actually wind up being in white. Split Skin Dolls over here. All right, I'm going to move all these into the main here, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. So yeah, let's take Split Skin Doll. Leyline of Hope, which I don't care about. Jump Scare and Winter's Intervention. There's also a dual land, which is in the colors that we want to splash for. All right, let's just take the dual land. No matter what, like regardless of whether... If I wind up having my second color be black, I'm probably not playing the white cards. If I wind up with my second color being white, I'm probably splashing the Slasher. So this will help accomplish that. Mind Skinner is still in the pack. Otherwise, there's... Oh, Seas from Slumber still in here? Okay, white is just so unbelievably open. It's nuts how open it is. Yeah, okay, so let's move this into the side, and let's move Murder into the side, and Cadaver Lab into the side. Man, I really wish I would have been fast enough to just take the Sheltered by Ghosts now. All right, Tapper Dude, absolutely picking that. Helps really well with tapping Kona. Take Orphans. Leyline of the Void is this far in, but let's see. So we've got Glimmer Seeker and Veteran Survivor. I think Glimmer Seeker is better, so we'll take Glimmer Seeker. How is white this open? It's just crazy. All right, 4 mana, 4/4. Sure, we'll take that. I don't have anything like huge that I can get off Kona, unfortunately, at least so far. Friendly Ghost. Enter, target creature gets +2/+4. That's not great. I probably won't even run that. Let's decide that. Clown. Actually, I want red to be open. Let's just take the basic. Like, I want to pass the card that's more likely to push my opponent into playing the... All right, Altanok. So there's 2 rares. We can't play either one of them, unfortunately. But then there's Altanok, which is a huge, giant green bomb that we can deploy off of Kona. So that's got to be the pick. What else is in the pack? There's, like, a million red cards. And... Etched Cornfield, which may wheel. All right, Altanok it is. The roll... Oh, no. What is this? Charred Foyer and Warped Space. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library, you may play it. Once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a spell you cast from exile. So, rooms don't unlock when you cheat them in, so the rooms are not actually usable via Kona. There was the possibility of, like, cheating stuff in that's even off-color with having 2 Konas, but rooms are unfortunately not one of those. So then there's... this guy who's fine, and Grand Entry Rail, Elegant Rotunda, which is also fine, but I think I want to take Shepherding Spirits because it allows me to have a big creature that I can cheat in, but also just have land cycling. I will say we do need more cheap creatures to help get Fear of Exposure online. All right, what do we got? Under the Skin, Manifest Dread, return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So it's basically like a permanent only E-Witness, essentially. And there's Monstrous Emergence. additional cost to cast a spell. Choose a creature you control or reveal a creature card. Deal damage equal to the power of the creature you chose or the card you revealed to target creature. So it's a 2-mana removal spell. I like that this can get permanents back, including Shepherding Spirits. We are also pretty low on removal, though, right? We've got Hovership and Bear Trap and Seize from... I guess we have 3 removal spells. That's not too bad, actually. All right, Under the Skin it is. Marvin. There's also Fear of Immobility, Cult Healer. What does Marvin combo with in my deck? Does it combo with anything? What has an activated ability that it copies? I don't think anything. I feel like it's Fear of Immobility. This card has been pretty good when I've seen it in games, and it's another just big thing that we can cheat in off Kona. The other option would be like Wary Watchdog, just so we have more cheap creatures to curve into Fear of Exposure. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Fear. Walk-in Closet and Forgotten Cellar is a mythic. It's also not a very good mythic. Play lands from graveyard or unlock. You may cast spells from your graveyard this turn, and if a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile it. So I don't know what you're gonna cast after you already spent 5 mana on Yogg-Will. Alternatively, there's Grasping Longneck. Oh, there's another also removal spell. Yeah, okay, we're just going to take Seized from Slumber. I can't believe how open white is in this draft. All right, Restricted Office / Lecture Hall. So we can blow up everything with 3 or more, which will actually kill a lot of our creatures. But alternatively, the only other thing to take is Moldering Gym / Weight Room or the Duel. How good is this? Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, and most of our creatures do have that. So let's see, Slasher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Yeah, not many of my creatures even survive that. I'm going to take the dual land so we have more opportunities to play Slasher. All right, there's Bashful Beastie and Found Footage, and then that's basically it. So I'll just take Beastie. Shrewd Storyteller. At the beginning of your second main, if it's tapped, put a +1 counter on a creature. All right, that sounds fine. We'll take that. Okay. Ooh, another dual land. We already have 2 dual lands, right? I don't know how much I want to take another one. On the other hand, I don't really want anything else in this pack, so that's fine. Jump Scare. I might play that. Another Anthropede. Another Cult Healer. Another dual land. All right, while we wait for the final card, let's start figuring out... Oh, well, there it is. Okay, so we're 5 cards over, so we got to cut 5 things. So group creatures separately. You usually want more creatures than spells, although Under the Skin is a spell, or is a creature, rather. So let's see. We have 8 spells. All right, so this deck has actually 0 Delirium cards, right? I don't think there's any graveyard synergies at all, which means that to say its name, we only have 1 copy of it, so this can probably go. It is like a 2-mana regrowth, sort of, but I think I'm fine just cutting that. Then I'm not cutting the removal. I'm not cutting the Hovership. Definitely not cutting Baseball Bat. I'm not going to cut Bear Trap. I might cut Jump Scare. So what is our creatures? Okay, so I'm not cutting anything that's under 3. And then above that, I have these dual lands. So there's these 2, and then there's the black ones. So if I play 2 of the black ones, I might also play a Swamp for the Slasher. And I don't think I want to play any more than 2 dual lands anyway. We definitely don't need 3 Anthropedes. In fact, I can probably just cut 2 of them. So I feel like most of the time you're probably not going to pay the kicker on this, so it's just a 4-mana 3/4 with reach, which is not great. The rest of this, we've got this thing, which is good. We have a lot of 3-mana 3/3s. We've got this guy, we've got 2 Cult Healers, and we've got Glimmer Seeker. I'm probably never going to be able to play this on curve because the likelihood of having the Insidious Fungus on turn 1 is not that great. And we don't have that many creatures, period, that are less than 3. But even so, I think it's fine playing this on like turn 4 with 1 creature. But that being the case, these are more like 4-drops. Like, in all likelihood, we're probably not curving into it. In which case, I'm just going to cut the last Anthropede. And we'll bring these in sideboard matchups if we see that our opponents have like either a bunch of flyers or rooms that we want to get rid of. I'm not even going to consider this guy. He's not very good. And what else do we have after that? We need to cut 1 more card. I don't want to cut any of these expensive things because I want good stuff to hit off of Kona. Although if I was going to cut any of them, it would be Bashful Beastie. So I guess I could probably cut the Jump Scare. But a lot of times this is basically equivalent to a removal spell. So I'd rather not if I can avoid it. How many things do we have that actually tap down our Konas? We've got Hovership, Baseball Bat, and Orphans of Wheat, right? And that's it. Also, how many actual enchantments do we have that trigger Cult Healer? We've got the Fears. We have this other Fear. So that's 3. We only have 3 enchantments in our whole deck. It's still fine to just play these as 3 mana 3/3s. Yeah, I'm thinking we cut this guy, the Bashful Beastie. Yeah, let's cut that one. All right, looks pretty good to me. So let's bring in the 2 black duels. And then what is our color breakdown? So we have about even on the colors. We've got 8 green and 11 white with a white cycler. Also, we need to cast our white stuff on curve more than we need to cast our green stuff on curve, other than Insidious Fungus. So let's add... So yeah, 816. That sounds correct. That gives us 7 green sources. And 1, 2, how much white is this? 9 white. Hey, Mr. Marathon Videos, got to learn so many formats and get into them thanks to your videos. You're welcome, Alex. Hope you enjoy these ones as well. So let's see. The only thing I'm unsure of is if... Okay, so there's basically 2 land decisions here that I'm unsure about. One is, do we need the 3rd black source for this slasher? I think we probably do, because we probably want to cast this on curve, and it's more likely if we have the 3rd black source. The other option is to cut one of these plains for 1 more forest. Basically, I'm just looking at, do I want to cut either a plains or a swamp for another forest? Because right now we only have 7 green sources, and we have 9 white sources, and we could go down to 8 white sources. I guess one of the things I should figure out is, does this extra black source here statistically matter, or am I just resigned to the fact that we're probably not casting Slasher until later in the game? So let's pull up the handy-dandy hypergeometric calculator. So we've got a 40-card deck. We have 3 black sources in the deck. We're having opening hand of 7 cards, and we need to see one of these black cards in our hand, assuming that we have the Slasher. What are our odds of hitting? Our odds are 44%, so about half the time. If we take out the swamp, then our odds become 32%. Now, let's say we get more cards though, right? Because we don't actually cast the Slasher until turn 3. So if we see 9 cards instead of 7, then our odds go up to 54%. And if we take the swamp out, then our odds go back down to 40%. So alternatively, the other question is, we have 7 opening cards, and we have 7 green sources in the deck. What's the odds we hit one of them? And the odds are 77%. So about a little more than 1 in 5 games, we will not see a forest, or rather a green land in our opening hand. Whereas if we play another forest, that goes up to 81%. So I don't think this is anything that you can really figure out with math. You kind of got to feel it out in the games. So I may readjust this mana base, but at least for now, I think I'm good with this. So let's save this and get going. All right, round 1 on the play. 2 plains. We do have things to do, although 2 of the cards in our hand we just straight up can't cast unless we draw a green source. But I think the hand is good enough to keep. We basically just have to hit a 1/3 of any land in order to play Cult Healer. I mean, the hand's not great, but like I don't think it's bad enough to ship. So keep. Welcome, Garrett Dickey. I'm generally of the opinion that your mulligan hands, you're so much worse percentage-wise to win games where you mulligan that I need my hand to be pretty bad if I'm willing to ship it. All right. Hey, we drew a forest. All right. Orphans, over to them. Drafting on Moto always makes me nervous for some reason. I don't know why that would be. So we're probably just curving into the Storyteller, right? And then we tap it down with Orphans, and we immediately get a 4/4. Fear of missing out. Discarding. Immediately rewarded for the keep. I could have easily gone badly, though. Oh, and we drew our black. All right, so it triggers on attack, right? Tap any number of untapped creatures. Yeah, okay, so play this guy, combat, swing, resolve this, tap this guy down. They can trade, but that's fine. I would be pretty surprised if they didn't just trade here. It would be killing one of our guys and one of our guys, yeah, and one of our guys that's enabling this. All right, so they're dead, and we have a 4/4 on turn 3. Pretty good. Under the Skin, they milled over Ragged Playmate, and they're almost certainly just going to pick up FOMO, right? I don't know why Moto's revealed cards window is just completely broken. If your opponent moves cards from from public zones into their hand, it just doesn't show them as being revealed. I don't get it. All right, I'm probably just playing Cult Healer here. So let's go to combat, swing. Then this triggers... Oh, it's target creature? Yeah, okay. And then Cult Healer. It's tapped to put a +1 counter on target creature. Oh, I thought it was only itself. I might have just chosen to play Cult Healer first and pump this one as well if I had known that. FOMO. Discarding. And they do have Delirium. Discarded Most Valuable Slayer. So I don't know what they're going to do, but my most likely course of action is just to attack with everything and then seize from Slumber if they double block. Yeah. I could also Under the Skin plus Split Skin Doll. All right, so regardless, we're going to attack. And let's see how they block. They're just not blocking. All right, put the counter here. Well, if that's the case, let's go ahead and under the skin, manifest fear of exposure, and then we'll get back orphans, I guess. And then I'm not even going to play orphans. I'm just going to play split skin doll and draw a card. Boom. Well, over to them. I'm really surprised that they just didn't block at all. I think even if they were scared of a combat trick, like if I were in their position, I would have at least like triple blocked Cult Healer. All right, attack with everything. Hand that feeds gets bigger. And then whatever this manifest thing is. What are they going to untap? I would assume the hand. Yeah, okay. So I'm taking 4, 6, 8, maybe more if they flip this guy. I'm not going to block. No blocks. Do they have the like 1 mana double strike thing? If they do, then I will just double block hand that feeds. Turn inside out so it deals... Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They actually can deal 20 damage. Exactly. I was sitting here like, oh, I mean, I guess they could have the double strike thing, but like even if they have it, then I'll just block in the second combat. You gotta like... This is ridiculous. Okay. I don't think I changed anything. Let's just run it back. I swear I'm cursed. All right, this is fine. Keep. Play this, go. Clockwork, sure. Play this, back to them. Take another hit off Clockwork. Play hand that feeds. All right, Cult Healer, back to them. Attacking with Clockwork. If they have turn inside out, that's fine. I'll trade with that. Nope, they're just got Wildfire or Wickerfolk Thresher is revealed. So the end of your next turn, it can be cast. All right, well, we have drawn nothing but lands, so... I guess we just pass. Actually, do I just pass or do I attack them? I don't know. They have like burst damage out of nowhere. We have nothing going on our board right now. Like no extra cards in our hand at all. I think it's a mistake to attack. Opponent, Terramorphic. Cast the Wickerfolk guy. What does he do exactly? If Delirium, look at the top when it attacks, put land onto the battlefield. Well, we just keep drawing absolutely nothing, so over to them. And I guess I'll try to block and jump scare this. No, actually, we straight up just trade if I do that. I guess I have to do it anyway. We're 2 turns away from Altanach. No attacks from them, all right. Hey, Fear of Exposure. So Fear, and then we'll tap 2 lands down. Trigger, Cult Healer. Do I just jump this and attack them right now? Nah. I was thinking because of the lifelink, but I don't know. If they had a removal spell, they probably would have used it by now. All right, jump scare here. I'm just thinking, like, what if I get blown out? But, like, if they had Scorching Dragonfire or something, they just would have used it by now. So I may as well get a 5-point life swing in here. I'm just wondering, like, what do they have that they have 4 untapped mana and they didn't cast anything? Now they have the Scorching Dragonfire, so they must have just drawn it. What? Double removal, kill both your guys. Amazing. All right. And we're taking 11. You just draw the card if you don't... Yeah, so it just draws a card straight up. All right. Well, at least we can play Altanach. Cast Altanach. Back over to them. And they're attacking. Yeah, they get Delirium. We are forced to block this guy. So block here. Turn inside out. All right, we trade. We go to 8. They get to manifest. We can't even block this hand. Under the skin. Oh, great. Yeah, okay, so we're going to lose. What are they getting back? I assume Wickerfolk. And they can actually... They have enough mana to even play it, too. Do we even survive this? I'm forced to block here and one of these, and we take at least 6. Sure. Play Kona. Back to them. Again, all these stupid attack triggers, like, oh, if you get Delirium, you just get to straight up do a Risen Reef trigger when you attack, and its stats are huge, too. It's just ridiculous. Even if I block here, I'm still not even, like, out of range of just not losing the game. All right, Kona blocks here, and then I'll block one of the manifests. Hope I picked the right one. Actually, is this the one that was surveilled into? It doesn't matter, whatever. I'll block that one. Oh, they have the double strike thing anyway, so it doesn't matter. That was just ridiculous. All right, round 2, we're on the draw. This hand's fine. Keep. Play this, go. Hey, FOMO again. All right, I was gonna say let's just cycle the Shepherding Spirits, but we've got this guy. I don't know. Maybe it is just correct to cycle Shepherding Spirits. Or, actually, no, it's correct to just kill this when it attacks. So let's just pass to them. All right, kill FOMO. Acrobatic, Cheerleader. All right, let's play, which one's better? If I get in with it, I think the Glimmer Seeker is probably better. Although we don't have a Glimmer, so it would trigger. Okay, let's play Shrewd Storyteller. I think Wizards might just have a problem with designing red aggro in general. Enduring Courage. And they didn't attack. Yeah, obviously. Ooh, Baseball Bat. Whenever quick creature attacks, tap up to 1 creature. So I can go baseball bat, equip here, attack, tap down the courage, become a 5/5 post-combat. Okay, so cycle this, grab a planes, play the baseball bat, trigger, attach here, go to combat, swing, tap this guy, and now we have a 4/4, and then it will trigger and get a counter. And then next turn, we can play Glimmer and tap it. Even though, yes, they have this dog in play, so we're going to take a lot on the backswing, but I don't think I can just sit around not doing anything. What? Exercise? Okay, well, that severely crimps what's going on. At least they didn't have another creature to follow up. Okay, so I can go Fear of Immobility and tap down the flyer, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. So Fear, target this guy, and then this equips for 3. Yeah, over to them. Vicious Clown, and then it will actually trade. Oh, they're going to attack with the dog too, so they must have a combat trick. All right, well, whatever. Let's force them to use it. No, they don't. They're just trying to get damage in. That's weird. Okay, so we can play Glimmer Seeker, move the bat onto the Fear, attack, tap our Glimmer Seeker, and make a 1/1. Or I can do something else, but I don't have like much other good to do besides that. I guess I could play Under the Skin and get back Shepherding Spirits, and then also play the Glimmer Seeker. That might be better because we might want to block the Clown. I don't know. We're at 11. Let's play Skin. So put this under the Manifest, get back the Spirits. I feel like I'm better off just not attacking here. So yeah, let's play Glimmer Seeker and then just pass. I've been burned already by underestimating how much damage the red deck can just deal out of nowhere. So let's just not put ourselves in a position where we can potentially get hit, even though we are still getting hit by this flyer, but what can you do? Split Skin Doll, bajillion triggers. Do you like draft more than constructed formats? At the moment, yes. Oh my god, they drew Arabella. How much are we taking? We're taking... Oh, but this doesn't trigger. Or it triggers for 1. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, probably 8, and we're going to go... Oh, I know, because we're blocking all the grounders. Yeah. So block here, block here, block here. We go to 8. Most of the stuff trades off. Huh. Well, I want to be able to block this flyer, so... God, the fact that this thing gives haste just means that, like, all of our attacks are bad. All right, so cast Shepherding Spirits. And then I'm just not going to attack again, because the Boros deck is just ridiculous in how much damage it can deal out of nowhere. Fear of being hunted. Okay. Swing. Block with Fear. We trade off. Back to us. All right. So let's play Slasher. Fungus. Play a land. And then I can either hold Fungus up or kind of move the baseball bat. I feel like it's better to just hold the Fungus up. So over to them. All right. Did we finally stabilize? It looks like we finally stabilized. All right. Move the bat over here. Combat. Swing. Tap this guy. How much damage are we dealing? A lot, right? Bam. Opponent goes to 7. All right, over to them. Ragged Playmate. Trigger the guy. Okay. I'm going to sack the Fungus. So draw. Put this land into play. All right. So I deal more damage overall with which one? I can technically force damage through if I move the bat onto the Spirits, right? So if I move the bat onto... Let's say I attack with both, right? I tap down one of their guys. They have to block with the other one, right? So it doesn't matter. All right, let's just go to combat. Swing, trigger this, tap down Ragged Playmate because I'd rather they lose their flyer so that we can follow it up with Kona and have L blocker. Okay, that is the incorrect block because they're actually taking more damage than if they'd blocked the other way. I'll move the bat here. Why not? Over to them. Okay, so game 1 down. I feel like this deck we're not really going to sideboard much. It's basically just these guys if we want to block flyers, or kill rooms, which we really don't care too much about, at least at the moment, so let's just run it back. So to expand on your earlier question, voluntarism, limited is, I think in general, better than constructed because you don't have everything perfect. You don't have preset decks with 4 of copies of all the most efficient things, which means you're not punished as much for stumbling. You don't have the decks, like the games play out the same way every single time because everyone has all kinds of different cards. You have more focus on creature combat and combat tricks and like other things that don't matter in constructed formats. There's also like that element of the unknown where like in constructed, if I'm facing choose deck X, I pretty much know what's in deck X. Like I know what they could have. And so there's no mystery to it. In draft, there's a bigger card pool of potential cards they could be playing. There's probabilities on what they might or might not have. Aggro also tends to be not as bad. Like I generally despise playing against aggro, but I think aggro is generally a lot better in terms of it's more fun to play against and with in limited because you don't have everything perfect. What am I putting back here? One of the lands. I guess I'm gonna put back. I'll put back one of the duels. I guess this one. Ooh, bear trap. All right, so forest, go. And then I'm going to flash bear trap out. Since we don't even have a 2-drop to play right now, I can just follow it up with this on the next turn. FOMO, opponent discards a land, flash out bear trap, play duel, go. Fear of being hunted, wonderful. All right, I think it's better if I just bear trap the fear, because there's ways that playing creatures out, we just get super punished. The only question is it better to do it now or wait? Like, I guess they could have turn inside out, but then they're just expended. Like, that's fine. All right, pass to them. Land number 4. All right, bear trap, fear. And we take the damage from FOMO. What I was saying about aggro and draft, I think that's generally the case. I think it's really terrible in this particular format, though. I think the way that the red-white deck exists in Duskmourn is just awful. Man, we're just really far behind, eh? They actually do have Delirium now. All right, let's get out Cult Healer, I guess. And they just have a kill spell anyway. So we're taking 6 here, and they're going to get a flyer. I don't think there's any way we can possibly not lose this. All right, so let's see. Anything that I play other than Under the Skin, we just lose the game. So let's play Under the Skin and I guess try to hit something. I don't know. I don't know what we could hit, though. I can get back Bear Trap, but then we're still just dead. Yeah, all right, we're dead. I still don't think we change anything. On the play for game 3, we don't have any green in our hand, and all the cards in our hand are green except Shepherding Spirit, so that sucks. All right, well, let's small this then. Okay, turn 3 Slasher. So the only question is, am I putting back a Forest or am I putting back Shrewd Storyteller? I think a Forest. Dual land, go. Draft on Moto is just the competition with none of the socializing. Losing feels way worse online. Oh, well, yeah, I think playing online in general is just a worse experience than playing in person. Opponent plays Arabella, sure. All right, turn 3 Slasher, let's do it. Vicious Clown. All right, well, we're definitely attacking them. Swing. Because if they block, they lose their guy. If they don't block, they take a gargantuan amount of damage. All right, so they didn't block. We'll play Shrewd Storyteller and pass. I feel like Moto and Arena are basically... So there's a couple of reasons to do that over in person. Oh, they killed our guy. Slasher comes back. There's a couple of reasons to do it, to do online play instead of in person. One is I just want to play the game for free and I don't want to have to pay for it. Although you could get together and just play social games for free, but it's not as common as just being able to jump onto Moto. Second option is I need to test and I don't have an in-person testing group. I'm gonna tap down Arabella, or just because like I need to get a ton of games in for testing, and so like I can't get as many games in person. Another reason is I don't have access to the cards, and I just want to play like all kinds of different decks and cards. What is this? Sack a creature, deal 5 to a target. Sure. Another reason is, let's see, if you're just like not a sociable person to begin with. So there are reasons. Oh, another one would be like there's no game store near me, so like this is my only option, or the game stores near me don't play X format. All right, if I just kill this with Bear Trap, then they go to 2. I don't think I need to do that versus just playing Cautious Survivor. Combat, swing, and then I'll put the counter here. But in general, I would say that online play is a worse experience than just playing in person. Arena just has no stakes. I like it for free limited, but that's all. Yeah, pretty much. I don't like Arena at all, basically because of the economy. The economy on Arena is just atrocious. I guess I'm fine trading. Flash Bear Trap out. Ooh. All right, combat, swing with Slasher. Do I just pass with Bear Trap up just in case I need to kill? Like, can they really deal 16 to me? I don't think so. Let's just play Kona. I don't know. I said that before, though. I didn't think it was possible for our opponents to kill us from 20 in one attack step, and they did. All right, we won. On to round 3. Back when I cared about practicing limited, I had 6 arena accounts to get dailies quickly and accumulate drafts. Haven't played for months, though. Yeah, I've heard people doing this as well. You just create multiple arena accounts. That sounds absolutely miserable. Like having to juggle accounts and log out and log back in each time. That just sounds so bad. But that should also be an indication of how bad the economy is, that people feel the need to create multiple accounts just so they can draft. Hey, another red deck. Say its name. Mildover, Horrid Vigor, Forest, Cryptid, Inspector. It actually wasn't too bad. You build 1 deck for each daily and veto the ones that are too slow. I'm just saying it sounds like a giant pain to do that. All right, well, I guess we're manifesting this and then getting Baseball Bat back in our hand. Opponent casts. Grasping Long Neck. Dies gain 2, and it's the thing. Okay. I think I'd like to play Kona, and then... Yeah. Or, no, I guess I don't have to play Kona, right? Because I can play it after I baseball bat something. So it might be better if we do what exactly? Baseball bat this, then seize to kill this when it attacks us, and then on the following turn go Kona, tap it, and then put something in. Yeah, all right, so let's go baseball bat, trigger, resolve that, combat, swing, tap this down. I'm still surprised they put out a free draft game. It's very hard to find paper drafts anymore. My store used to fire 5 per FNM. Now it's like 5 per month. I'm not surprised that they put out a free draft game because it's not really free because you can only do like 3 of them for the whole month and then you're out. Monstrous Emergence. Are they killing their own guy by accident? That's what it looks like. Yep, that's a misclick. So yeah, you target the thing you want to kill and then choose the creature that you're dealing the damage from. Opponent is experiencing pain. All right, they attack. We kill this. All right, so Kona, combat, swing, tap Kona down, trigger, put Shrewd Storyteller into play, go. Rootwise Survivor, haste, and then stuff. All right, block, and then jump scare here. Their dude dies. All right, yeah, so we win. I don't see the reason to change anything, so let's go again. All right, well, we have 1 land, so mull. No green mana. Ugh. But we do have Split Skin, Hovership. All right, so let's keep and let's put back... It's one of the green cards. I'm just not sure which one. Let's put back Under the Skin. That could be wrong. I really don't know which one I should have put back. There's also an argument to be made to put back a Swamp, but I think it's fine. All right, Plains, go. So if we don't draw something to play here, I think I'm just not going to play Split Skin Doll. And then, okay, well, maybe I will now. I was saying because I could play Unidentified Hovership first and then crew it in response to the doll trigger. I guess the Hovership eats the dog anyway, but I have to wait a turn to do that. All right, let's just play the doll. Trigger. Oh, we drew our forest finally. All right, so discard the plains. Go to them. They attack. We are snap blocking. All right, so their dog dies. Our guy dies. They still get to surveil a card. They bend a land. Casts, what is this? Ramp. Okay, so that makes our turn 3 play of Hovership not good anymore because we don't have anything to take with it. All right, well, do I do it anyway? I think it's actually worth it to play it anyway, right? I play it, it hits nothing, but then on the following turn, I can go Kona, crew, put Altanok into play, so I think it's worth doing anyway. All right, well, we have no target, so. What is the other side of this? It's mill 4, get 2, oh no, that's a different one. Manifest Dread, put 3 counters on it. Wildfire, Wickerfolk. All right, so now we go Kona, crew, combat, swing, then trigger Kona, put Altanok into play. Do you ever feel or agree with the theory that WotC is trying to recycle through enfranchised players to get a totally new player base? What do you mean by that? Glassworks killer guy. Cycle through enfranchised players. I think they are disrespecting and not caring about their enfranchised players in an attempt to, or rather, I think they are greedily trying to acquire as many new players as possible without any regard as to whether or not it affects enfranchised players. And that they're making the calculation that they will get more money, at least in the short term, from acquiring new players than from getting longtime players to stay in the game. All right, let's play Orphans, crew this, combat, swing. Blocking Altanok, who has trample, so are we going to somehow trade with it? Horrid Vigor. Okay, they are traded. Oh, and it gets indestructible as well. Well, now I wish that I had kept mana open for this. Oh, well. So now we're probably going to lose because they're going to be able to start making 5/5s. I guess I could very, very slowly kill them with the Hovership, but it's just not going to be anywhere near good enough. Boy, that's a shame. I didn't think my Altanok was in danger of actually getting killed. Another Glassworks. Yuck. Well, I mean, I can't just take damage from this, so I don't know how we recover from here. That's a good start. It's not just that they're trying to get new players, though. They are also milking their enfranchised players for all they're worth with all sorts of premium sets. I think that it is very clear that they are sacrificing the long-term health of the game in the chase of short-term profits. This costs 6 to activate? Oh, okay. So now they make a 5/5. So the only thing we can really do is whenever face down permanent you control enters, and whenever this or another permanent you control's turn face up, put a +1 counter on it. Sure. So we can't possibly race them, but we also can't block their guy. I have no idea how we get out of this. All right, we'll just keep crewing this thing. All right, swing with the Hovership. I don't understand who premium sets appeal to when every reprint drives prices down. It appeals to people who are already in the game who don't have copies of the cards that will temporarily dip, or collectors, or speculators. Overlord of the Hauntwoods, and we're taking 13? Wow. Okay, well, we've drawn 2 lands in a row, so we're actually just dead. There's nothing we can do. Okay, so the fact that they have all these rooms, although Glassworks, whatever, but these rooms at least, makes me a lot more inclined to want the Anthropedes. So let's see. Sort by mana value. Let's cut Cautious Survivor, not Kona. The Cult Healers really don't line up well against their guys, probably. Let's see. I'm not cutting any of these. I'm not cutting the Konas. I'm not cutting the cheap stuff. The Jump Scare can maybe go here. I don't think it matters too much in this matchup. And then the Cult Healers are like the next ones. There's not that many things that trigger them, and their creatures are all too big for it to matter. So these are all potential cuts. And then we bring in all the Anthropedes, and then we have one more card so we can move one of these back into the main. I guess I'm more likely to want Cautious Survivor, although that makes us have a lot of 4-drops, but I think that's fine. Or maybe even actually Bashful Beastie. No, you know what? Bashful Beastie. We'll bring that in. Like, as far as your comment on premium prices, I know people who, like, they literally just buy cards and they don't even ever open and play them. Or they open them, they just crack the cards, but they never actually use them for anything. Ugh, this hand is not great. It's really slow, but it has all of our colors. It does have a good top end and a way to interact with, like, an early creature attacking us, so I will keep it. Like, as an example, there are collectible card IPs that aren't even games. Like, they don't even have any game mechanics. You can't actually play with the cards, and people collect them. The classic being sports cards. Like, why does anyone collect sports cards? It's literally just a card with information that you could find anywhere. You could just look up the same information online, yet people buy them. And sports cards sell for way more than the card games and other collectible card game cards. Patchwork Beastie. All right, well, let's play Fungus. You may mill a card, which I assume you'll want to do. Yeah, milled over Violent Urge. The Watchdog mills over another Violent Urge. You need Delirium to attack with this, right? I feel like my best bet is just to seize the dog and then retain the option to kill this if I want to. All right, over to them. I guess I could have attacked, and then if they traded with the dog, that would have been all right. Or I could just pop the Fungus and then play Fear next turn. Ticket Booth, sure. 2 card types currently. Mountain of the Graveyard, 3 types. Yeah. What's the other side do? Double Strike. So let's block, and then before damage, activate this, draw a card. Put that down. And now we can play Fear. What I'm doing with that, I don't know. All right, which one am I targeting? Probably the Watchdog. Look, man, I really like your long-form content. I always felt like you hit the nail on the head. Thank you, Zambo. All right, so they finally have Delirium, so this can attack now. I also don't know what this is. Cautious Survivor. All right. Well, I was really hoping we'd draw a land there. So let's just play Orphans and then have Bear Trap seized up, or I could go Bear Trap. I can't do both. Yeah, let's just play Orphans and then back over to them. They chose not to mill. Okay. They have 5 mana, not quite enough to unlock this yet. Hopefully we draw a land so I can Anthropede it. Monstrous Emergence. Okay. I can't believe it doesn't tell you which one they chose. Oh, no, it does. Chooses Cautious Survivor. Yeah, okay. Well, that dies. Swings with everything. Right, let's block the Watchdog, then kill Survivor, then damage. We go to 15. The Watchdog triggers. Slash in Bear Trap. Not a land, and I really don't want to spend Seize from Slumber or Altanach. I can Seize plus Bear Trap, potentially. Actually, I can just Seize right now, right? All right, let's Bear Trap the Patchwork guy. And then we'll just pass to them. I want to try to bait them into activating the Tunnel of Hate. Yeah. Okay, so they activate the Tunnel of Hate. Then they swing. And then we just get to kill this. All right, there's a land. So Anthropede, target. I would like to pay mana and blow that up. All right, and now we're 1 mana away from casting Altanach. Flesh Burrower. What's the trigger do? Another target creature gains Death Touch. Split Skin Doll. I can't think of anything I would discard over Altanach, so playing it is basically just mill 1. I'd also rather trade it for this than Anthropede for it. All right, let's play Split Skin. Trigger. All right, ditch a land, and then pass to them. Say its name. Ugh. What's the best thing in their graveyard right now? You get a creature or land back, right? So they can get back Survivor, which isn't too bad. Yeah, returns Cautious Survivor. All right, play Altanach, and over to them. They do have this Death Toucher, so I can't just attack in with no problem. So I guess I just hold it back on defense. Balustrade Worm. So they can swing here and here and give this worm Death Touch, but then I can at least trade off Flesh Burrower. Ooh. Under the Skin. So I can attack with Altanok, and then when they block with their Death Toucher, I can Under the Skin get it back, although I can't play it on the same turn. Alternatively, I can Under the Skin and get back, what's the next best thing? I guess Fear of Immobility, which is not great. All right, let's just go combat, attack with Altanok. Yeah, blocks with the Death Toucher. Then we damage. Then we go Under the Skin. All right, let's put Shepherding Spirits under here, and then we'll get back Altanok. And over to them. Manifest Dread. Flips over Rootwise Survivor. What does it do on second? It's, if it's tapped, put 3/1 counters on it, and up to 1 target land becomes a thing. All right, so I want to kill this, and I don't want to lose my 4/5. So let's block this guy, so he dies and they don't get another creature out of it, and take 9. So then they kill Anthropede off. We retain Split Skin, take 9, go to 6. No, they're going to kill Split Skin Doll? I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. All right. Well, play Altanok. And then I don't have a good attack here, so I really don't want to trade the Manifester, but I might have to, depending on how they attack. So let's just pass. Yeah, no attacks from them. This is 6 to flip. They don't technically have to block Altanok, but I get to play Bashful Beastie next turn on this turn anyway, so let's attack anyway, and then if they block, they block. Swing with Altanok. All right, yeah, so they're double blocking. Now let's make sure this thing's dead first. Damage, we trade, then Bashful Beastie, and over to them. Glassworks. All right, what are they kidding? I assume the Bashful... Oh, no, they're killing Anthropede. All right. And then they can return Balustrade Worm. No, they're just going to flip Glassworks? Really? Okay, so the Balustrade Worm has haste, so I technically have to hold back a creature that can block it, unfortunately. So let's flip this over, and then combat, swing here. So Balustrade Worm comes back, swing, we block. They get to trample us for 1. We go to 4. We Manifest Dread. Huh, Anthropede, sure. And then we take a damage off Glassworks. Man, we just drew lands again. All right, we kind of just have to get in as quickly as possible because we're going to lose this race. So 4 here. Yeah, flip this over. They're at 4. Let's see if who's going to die first. Land. Keys to the house. So they can reuse Glassworks and kill our Anthropede, but they still die to Shepherding Spirit. So unlock Glassworks, kill Anthropede, go to combat. Whew, that was a close one. All right. So I don't think I learned anything. Like, I think we just kind of learned what we already knew, which is that the red-white deck is kind of bullshit and not fun to play against. But otherwise, I guess we're getting like a bit rougher of a feeling on which cards are actually good or not.